Yo, 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 we back. Real Recognize Real, the hottest podcast in North Carolina, down south, East Coast, Midwest. I ain't checked the West Coast yet, but I'm going over there, seeing what's going on. We back here tonight. We have a real special segment tonight. Now this segment right here is really special to my heart because I'm excited. Well, not necessarily excited, but I'm excited about putting it out there the way we doing it. And I enjoy the fact that people get in touch with Real Recognize Real when they have a real strong story they want to get out and they feel like the news ain't doing what they supposed to do, of course. So my homegirl hit me in my inbox. Shout out to Crystal, Miss Vegan, that's what I call her. So she hit me in my inbox and said she had a friend. Well, first she asked me, did I hear about the Sedge Garden incident? And I told her vaguely I seen a post or two on Facebook, but I vaguely, know about it. Where she was like, well, okay, I know the woman whose son it was. So I was like, great, let's hurry up and get that out there. So she introduced me to the person that's sitting beside me, Domonique. How you doing, Domonique?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yo, I appreciate you coming on. And I'm sorry about last week. We had to reschedule. So Thank you for working with me. Mm-hmm. So I hit Domonique up and we had a conversation. So I told her I really didn't want to hear the details because I like hearing it on the show with everybody else. So we're going to get into it. And you comfortable? You good?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to get into it a little bit. So where are you from?
I'm from Winston-Salem.
You from here?
I am.
What side of town?
I guess you could say the north side or the west side. I went to Mount Tabor.
Oh, you went to Tabor?
I did.
Okay. Okay. When did you graduate?
Oh, man. 2004.
Oh, you good? You with me? Hey, we OGs now, my nigga.
I know.
It's real. It's real out here now.
Is.
Shit, let's get ready. Like I say, we got more days behind us than ahead of us. Prepare. Let's get prepared. Okay, so how many kids do you have?
Just one.
Okay, just one. And what's his name?
Emir.
I like that. I like that.
It means prince.
It means prince?
And warrior. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And how old is Emir?
He's 5.
Okay. So I like nicknames, so I might just call him, E Boogie, as we going.
Okay.
Okay, so Emir is 5. Mm-hmm. So when did he start going to Sedge Garden?
November 2023.
Okay, so he been going there almost 2 years.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what was the teacher who was allegedly accused of this incident? Did she make like Teacher of the Year or something?
Yeah, it was posted on their website, but I think it was from a couple years ago.
Oh, okay. So that's what I had
recently
seen. Okay, okay. So now he was in her classroom.
Yeah, so he started out in another classroom, November 2023. That was the 3-4-year-olds.
Okay.
And the teacher who
so it's a preschool.
It's a pre-K program at the elementary school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he has an IEP, so he was assigned there.
And what IEP mean?
So it's for it's like kids with special needs.
Oh, okay.
So he has an IEP, and they put him in Sedge Garden because they said they felt like he should be around other kids because he functioned on a higher level than those that, because I thought he could go to the special needs school, but they said he functions at a higher level than that, so they wanted to integrate him at a regular elementary school, and that's when he got assigned there based off of where I lived.
Is he verbal?
He is.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, he was nonverbal up until age 3, and now he doesn't speak full sentences, but he can say words and phrases.
That's good. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So when did the first incident not happen, but
Mm-hmm.
when did you say something's not right?
Well, I noticed he would come home repeating the same thing over and over, and he would say, "Lay down, Emir. Get up, Emir," in like a very forceful way.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Is that what the teacher is saying to you?" And so I did talk to his teacher, and I said, "Hey, he's coming home saying this. So is anything going on?" And she told me he didn't like to take naps, so she would tell him, "Hey, you need to lay down during nap time." And when it was time to get up, she would tell him to get up.
Okay.
And I didn't think anything else of
Right.
it. But that was I would say, the first signs I saw.
Okay. Now, what was the second?
Second sign was I did notice like little bruises here and there. But I
Where?
thought it was from like on his legs. I thought it was
Okay.
from playing on the playground and
Right.
stuff, you know. But
Right.
that was it, honestly. I didn't think anything of it because this is a teacher who I trusted. She actually has a granddaughter, and she would always tell me my son reminded her of her granddaughter, and we had a good rapport.
Mm-hmm.
So I never would have thought, you know, I couldn't fathom that was going
She
on.
was Caucasian, right?
Yes, she is.
Okay. Okay. Now, when was it where you kind of was like, I need to look more into this? Cause we heard the verbal, him repeating itself.
Mm-hmm.
Then we seen the bruises. Okay, so how long was it before, in between the bruise and the third incident?
Honestly, even with those two things, again, I didn't think anything of it.
Right.
It wasn't until I got a phone call from DHHS in February, and they said, "Hey, your child has been a victim of child abuse. This is what we investigated. This is what happened." And that's when I was like, "Oh wow."
So you got that call in February.
Yeah. And
When was the bruises you noticed?
I want to say
So
maybe in like October.
Okay.
Yeah, in October.
Okay. So you got that call. I know you was like, what?
Yeah. So to back up a little bit, I was friendly with another parent of a student there.
Okay.
And I noticed that the teacher was gone after November. And I was like, well, what happened? And everybody was just like, I don't know. Nobody was saying anything. So the lady I was friends with, whose daughters, who was in
Boogie teacher.
Yeah, no, not her. So it's another parent.
Okay.
So I was talking to the other parent, and she is close with that teacher, and she was telling me, well, you know, she's being accused of child abuse, but it's not true. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah. She was like, but it's not true. She should be back soon, blah, 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 right?
Right.
I felt like she was trying to, in hindsight, coax me into advocating for the teacher, because I think she knew and the teacher knew that my son was a victim. I had no idea.
So the teacher that was talking to you, you felt like she knew it was your son.
Yeah, she talked to me. She talked to me. She was gone
And
November 25th, and she
crazy.
called. Like, I talked to her on the phone in December, because that other parent was like, "Hey, we need to get her back in the classroom. It's chaotic without her. Blah blah blah." Right.
Right.
So I talked to her in December, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't know what's going on." And the lady who came forth about the abuse, she was saying that pretty much she was making everything up. Okay. And, you know, I'm still blindsided. I don't know what's going on. I'm just like, well, I started reaching out to the superintendent trying to get more information, but nobody would tell me anything. And it wasn't until I got that phone call that I was told, hey, this is what happened, and your son was one of the victims.
How many victims was it?
To my knowledge, it was 2 at the time when I got the call, but the last time I heard is 5 now.
So did they go into detail as to what she was doing?
Yeah, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. So I was told that Amir was on the playground. He had a hoodie on, and he was throwing some mulch, and she pulled him by his hoodie and was like dragging him, and he kept pulling at his collar, I guess because he was you know, getting choked. She was tipping him off his cot. She was putting her, like, wrapping her legs around him to restrain him. Putting her feet on him, and just a lot of stuff. Crazy. Like, it's hard for me to, you know, talk about it without getting upset, but those are just some of the things. And thank God for the teacher that came forth, because I was told that she came forth a few times with, you know, the abuse. She was ignored. So then she started recording stuff, and that's where we are now.
So is the principal still there? Because she was
No, she was suspended.
Oh, so the principal knew about it.
Yeah, the teacher went to the principal.
Oh, okay.
It was ignored. She started recording stuff, and then that's when she went to the police also. And once the police got involved, that's when the teacher was suspended, and
Right.
DHHS got involved. And then once their stuff became public, the principal ended up getting suspended too. And another teacher has been suspended also.
Real recognize real, man. Y'all be sure to like. Y'all be sure to subscribe. Y'all be sure to share. Let them know. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We here with the realest stories. We ain't going nowhere no time soon. Okay, so where is the principal and the teacher both suspended now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So have they been charged?
No, unfortunately, they haven't. I was speaking to a detective, and as far as I know, is with the DA's office. Amir's godmom and grandmother actually went to the DA's office yesterday to get some information, but it's just kind of a waiting game right now. They have not been charged, and that's why, I did go to the news and I've done the interviews because I wanted to make people aware in hopes that this will light a fire under the DA so that they can,
That's a smart
get her
move.
charged.
Because we definitely need to get her charged, really, and the principal, because a lot of this stuff could have been avoided if the principal would have acted the first time the teacher confronted her with what she saw.
Exactly.
So that definitely needs to be done as far as getting rid of both of them, because, that right there doesn't even make any sense at all. Especially tipping off the bed, like you said, man, come on, man. Like, hell is you, though. All right. Okay. Right. So, do you have a lawyer?
I do. I have a lawyer with Scott Farron. Attorney Cohen is my attorney.
Okay.
It was Attorney Jordan, but now it's Cohen. That's why I had to think about it. Sorry.
So we really can, because if she went to the principal multiple times, that's a lawsuit. Because it could have been avoided. It was ignored. Definitely. So that's definitely a lawsuit against the school system or somebody. Somebody needs to, because that's ridiculous.
Since this became public, a lot of, well, not a lot, but a few parents have reached out to me, and they have similar stories. And I know they have lawyers, and I was told that this is bigger than what I know. And I think that is also the reason why it's taking so long for these people to get charged.
Because if it's bigger, that means they're getting all the evidence and all of that and round it up together and just hit it with one.
Seemed like it's been a cover up for a few years.
I mean, if the principal been ignoring it, it's definitely been a cover up. That's what it is. It's definitely been a cover up. So if the principal really been ignoring it that long, like, that doesn't make any sense.
And it's just the pre-K. It seemed like it's just the pre-K program. And when you go to Sage Garden, you have to walk to the back of the building. Like, these kids are in the back in these two little classrooms, and they're right across from each other. Yeah. And I think they just kind of let them do what they want to do, and it's just kind of being ignored. Right. But what they didn't expect, I guess, was for, this to happen. And I don't play about mine. Exactly. So I'm definitely going to get justice for my son and the other victims.
So, it was a question I was about to ask. So, how is he doing now? Is he?
No, so he has these like crying spells, and when I say he's verbal, again, he's non-conversational, so he can't explain how he feels. Like, he can't articulate his feelings, and it's happening more often now. He like, even last night, he just started. We were laying on the couch watching TV. Everything was fine, and I looked at him, and he was just so sad, and he was crying, and I don't know why. And he has been aggressive towards. So he's at a new school now. He goes to Union Cross. Okay. He has 3 teachers. Okay. 2 are black, 1 is white. And I think that the white teacher, in particular, she's great, by the way, but I think she reminds him of his abuser because he's been aggressive towards her a couple times, but not the other teachers. Right. And he was attending the autism center also, and he was showing some aggression towards his, I think they're called RBTs, and he was never like that before. So he definitely has changed. But I finally got him a referral for a pediatric psychiatrist,
That's what I was
and
gonna suggest.
I have
Yeah.
like a bunch of stuff lined up for him to get
Right.
him the help that he needs. But it's definitely been a struggle. So
Because I definitely think pediatric psychiatrists would be great for him because, like I said,
mhm.
you don't know the kind of trauma little homie was dealing with. You
Right,
know what I'm saying? We really don't know how many times it happened and the
right,
aggressiveness of it. And so, yeah,
yeah,
I definitely feel like that's a great move with the psychiatrist part at that young age. So
yeah.
won't be affecting them later. How old is he?
He's 5. He turned
Yeah,
5 December.
yeah, yeah.
So
That
this was happening when he was 4 because the DHHS and the detective told me from their timeline it began September 24th, 2024, as far as their knowledge.
It's my daughter's birthday. Wow, man, that's crazy. And that goes for y'all mothers out there that's letting just anybody watch your kid, man, and you got the boyfriend in the crib. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Watching the baby, and you barely know him. You only know his nickname. You know what I'm saying? And leaving him in the light. We got to be more protective of all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because these kids are out here really getting abused, man. I done seen a couple of stories on the news where kids dying from
Mm-hmm.
abuse.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
I done seen a couple of them, like
Me too.
couples killing kids,
Yeah.
man. So we definitely have to take that into account that who's watching over our kids when we ain't around.
You know what's ironic though? I'm very particular. I have a very small circle of friends that he has 2 godparents that love him like crazy, his grandparents, and like my immediate family.
Hmm.
I don't allow anybody to just watch my son.
Right.
So it's crazy that this happened in school where,
Feel
he's
like
supposed
he's
to be
supposed to be
protected.
safe. Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Because, yeah, with the circle that I have, I'm very confident that, nothing like that would go on. So
So they're not saying her name. Well, she hasn't been charged.
I was at Teresa Hazlitt is her
Okay.
name.
Okay.
Yeah. And
And
it's been out there in the public. They've said it on the news.
oh,
Yeah.
that's what I was going to ask. Did they say it on the
Yeah,
news?
her name is Teresa Hazlitt.
Teresa Hazlitt.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the principal name?
Angela Reeves.
Angela Reeves and Teresa
Hazlitt.
Hazlitt. I just want to make sure you said it right.
Okay.
So damn. Okay, I would have been asked the names. I didn't know you could say them.
Yeah.
So shout out Real Recognize Real, the realest podcast in the world. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We here. We ain't going nowhere. So what's next? So what's next for you?
Well, I want to give the DA a couple weeks, and if I don't hear anything, I'm going back down there. And well, I'll go down there because my mom and his godmother went today. I mean yesterday. Sorry, but I'm going to go down there and just keep hounding them until I can get Teresa charged because that's my ultimate goal. I want her to be charged, and I'm definitely. Once she's charged, that's when my attorney can do what he needs to do and move forward with,
What's
filing
the
a
DA
lawsuit.
name?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because I was definitely gonna give him a shout out too, to give him a call. Everybody call him.
Yeah,
Man.
I have no idea who the DA is. I just know I've been told since February it's been with the DA, and it's just kind of lingering until the DA
Takes care of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're definitely praying for you
Appreciate that.
over here because that's one thing we don't tolerate when you mess with our kids, man.
Right.
So purple hearts for Naomi, blue hearts for boy.
Thank you.
Still keep them in your prayers for sure. So who you want to give a shout? You want to give some shout outs?
Just to Emir, Mommy loves you. His godparents, Robin and Herb Lyles. I appreciate you guys, everything you do. My mom, Tracy Bines, Missy, Steve, my whole family. I just appreciate you guys for being there, being active, and being supportive through this whole process. Thank you. And my friends and family that have been putting it out there on Facebook and stuff. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
We definitely have to advocate for Lil Amir. That's mandatory. Shout out to everybody that's been showing love to Real Recognize Real. Shout out to your family, Steve Bines, Mont Bines, Missy. You know, we stay beside y'all. We stayed beside y'all in Morningside, like growing up, West Edgefield. Shout out way back in the day. So definitely shout out to the Bonzers because y'all are some real ones. I promise you that.
Thank you.
Some money makers. Shout out to my daughter, of course. Shout out to my family. Now, my sister had a nice little cookout today. Dinner made by my brother's wife, Sonya. Shout out to Sonya Blaze on Facebook. You know, go ahead and hit her up for that catering. Shout out to my co-host, Benumsey Bum. My boy got the food truck up and running now. You know what it is. It's only up from here. You know, of course, he had to take care of a catering event. And, of course, I told homie I was going to hold him down. So, definitely shout out to OG Squeeze. Shout out to them Cannon boys. Making everything happen the way they do, man. I promise you it couldn't be done without them. You know what I'm saying? So, without them, it wouldn't be no us. So, definitely shout out to my whole Real Recognize Real team. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my peoples down there in Dallas, Fort Worth. You know, love all y'all. Y'all hold it tight down there in them streets. It's real. Shout out to my whole Carolina crew, North Carolina, South Carolina. I see something on TikTok about North Carolina and South Carolina versus Alabama. You seen that? You seen that? Nah. Somebody's car got stole in Charlotte or something. And I guess the dude was from Alabama. So it'd be like North Carolina, South Carolina versus Alabama. Check it out on TikTok. I don't really know what's going on, but I be seeing it. You know, I just be bypassing it, man. So shout out to everybody else. Shout out to my boy Bone. To his son going into the draft, Siobhan Revel. Y'all check him out. You know, big things coming. You know, brother tore his ACL a couple months ago and came back stronger than ever, 110%. The combine was beautiful, so shout out to him. You know, we praying for him in this draft coming up. We praying for Bone. You know, only great things from here on out for them. You know, shout out to the whole Revel family. You know, y'all deserve it. So y'all get back at us. Real Recognize Real. Domonique, thanks again for coming.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Tell everybody about the podcast and, you know, because we repping for Trey Fo first. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. Love, peace. Love y'all. See y'all in a minute.
All right. Thanks.
Cheer.